gotta make this music louder. So we invite you, if you've joined already, to get up from where you are and start just to dance a little bit. One of my favorite dance partners is Mr. Brett Bevell. So let's give him all that we've got, embodying the heartbeat of these drums. Give yourself permission to be wild, wise, and free. So in these Facebook lives on love, we always start with a little bit of moving and shaking, because truly here at Rythmia, this is what we do for the body, mind, and spirit. We shake, we move, we dance, we twirl, and we experience every single week the miracle of life. So let's just dance a little bit more, because we're waiting for a few more people to join. This is my daily practice. I wake up in the morning and I pray with the body. And I invite us, if you've joined us in this embodiment of what the theme is today, the energy of love, is just to do one more shake and one more shimmy and one more rattle. And let's welcome Mr. Brett Bevell. Okay. Woo! Talk about being wild, wise, and free, right, Brett?
Thank you, Parashakti. That was fun.
That was fun, always. Yeah, we have been dancing for many, many powwows together, haven't we?
Yes, yeah.
So introducing my dear colleague and soul brother, Brett Bevell, who, when I checked in with him, he has by now written, like, what is it? You said 8 books, 9 books?
I think 9, yeah.
9.
I've got a 9th one coming out later in the year, yeah.
Okay, amazing. So Brett, as we like to call him, both the inner circle and all those who know him, a true wizard. A wizard that has created so many powerful healing modalities. And today we are going to not only talk about the theme of our love, the energy of love, the energy of expressing that to its highest frequency. We are also going to learn about how Brett even came to that embodiment of love. And so with that, I would love to just continue to welcome you from near and afar, both those who joined and you, Mr. Brett. I feel like you're right here with us at Rythmia, which, by the way, you have to come. I know I've been planting that seed for many years with you.
I will. When the time's right, I will. I'm just waiting on the little guy, but yes, I will.
Yes. So Brett Bevell and his beautiful wife, Halima, have, I'm actually I really do feel like the spirit mama of Dylan. And so it's so great to see you both as a father and as a wizard. So tell us, how did it all begin?
Yeah, so the energy healing came to me, started back in the early 1990s after a very painful, miserable experience at the NYU Dental Center, where I had a tooth pulled by a student who was very rough with my mouth. Shortly after that, I went home, probably looked like I'd been in a fight with Muhammad Ali or something. My jaw was just so swollen. And my roommate happened to be a Reiki practitioner. He never talked about Reiki. I didn't even know what Reiki was, but as soon as he saw me, he decided to do some Reiki on me. And I felt this immediate connection to just the spirit of the energy and that sense that of how graceful it was and how big it was. And so it alleviated my suffering in a profound way. And so shortly after that, I got initiated into Reiki. Just to kind of fast forward on the timeline, by 1995, I got my master level in Reiki. And then again, fast forwarding, shortly after that, I moved to San Francisco, began doing some shamanic work with a very old Hawaiian shaman who was very short and very wise. He kind of reminded me of Yoda. And he had actually known Hawaii Takata, the woman who brought Reiki from Japan to the United States. And in my studies with him, he wasn't teaching me Reiki, but he was teaching me shamanic techniques. And I began, this little light bulb went off in my head, like, what if I began to fuse some of these shamanic techniques with some Reiki techniques? And so through that, I started to develop what I called Reiki Magic, which is like a blend of Reiki and different other energetic techniques. I've written several books around that concept, which eventually evolved into something I call psychic Reiki, where you can literally just guide the energy through the power of your thoughts. And along that same journey, I've also been opened up to some other energy healing modalities. One that I call magical awakening, which is probably my preferred modality. Then if you ever see me wiggling my fingers like this, that's me sending some energy through my fingertips. It's a very playful, yet very, very powerful modality. And I have a lot of clients in Hollywood. That's what they always like. They want the magical awakening because they've seen how much it works. And it has a very powerful connection to Merlin, the great energetic wizard and avatar. But through that journey, I've also been empowered to some other energies, and one that I'm going to really share with you today that I call Divine Mother's Love, or Amma's Love. And it's a very gentle, just loving energy that I'm actually going to empower the audience to before we're done today. So you can all experience that energy and have it with you, have it be part of you. So that's like the condensed version of my energy healing journey.
Amazing, amazing. And so you've spent 21 years at Omega, and you've also, cultivated just these trainings all over the world. And where now do you feel, with everything that's going on in the world and Omega closed, and where now, what can we hold right now in our energetic fields of what is it that you want to and continue to do, but in a bigger level for the world?
Sure. So for me, I mean, I love Omega, and I still, work at Omega, and we will open eventually. We're closed right now, but we will be open at some point. But for me, the immense potential of online work, which for me, in my own exploration, first began because I am on the Savannah app, which you are also part of, and that ability to reach people all across the planet. And so I've been teaching a lot during the pandemic. I don't think I knew what Zoom was before the pandemic, but now I'm on Zoom all the time, doing work with people, doing trainings, and just finding a much wider audience. So I feel in a strange way, it's been a blessing for me during this difficult time to be able to reach more people, all over the world, literally.
Yeah. And Brett, that brings me to the share of how powerful your work is, because, we were trained to work with people in a room, even sometimes with hands-on. And that was the tangible power of energy transferring from one another. And one of the things that we learned here too at Rythmia is how to work on these other planes of consciousness and existence, and become masters of our own field of energy. And, each person here that, today's Friday, I have to say, and you see people walking around after, an all night ceremony, not sleeping, with just this immense amount of what our theme is today: love, unconditional love. And so, your work, the work here at Rythmia, the opportunity, even though we're here on the physical plane, to enter into these other states of awareness and be able to move the energy, and then to be able to connect to that unified field of love is so powerful. So you've been able to even more, I'm sure, develop that, because, as you said, you didn't know what Zoom was before this experience that we're all in right now.
Yeah. I mean, I've been sending distant healings for years. I mean, even
Yeah.
when I first, my second degree was in 1995, early 95.
Mm.
And I would be sending energy healing distantly, even distantly in time, to my own death, forward in time, backwards in time, to that moment when my soul first incarnated in my first life. So I knew how to send distantly, but yeah, the electronic component of Zoom, giving it like a face-to-face aspect, has been just another more powerful layer to it, to be able to see the response that the energy is bringing to people, and also to be able to work with people just on a mass scale. It's beautiful.
So, with your work, Brett, is it very important to have an intention? Because I know that you're going to lead us on a little energetic buzz.
Yeah.
So, yes.
So many times it is, depending on what the healing is, what modality it is. So, if I was doing a magical awakening healing to release some karmic issue, then yes, having a deep intention with that would be important. For this energy that I call Amma's love or Divine Mother's love, the only intention I would have is to just try to open your heart, even if it's just a little crack, even just a little pinhole, just to try to open your heart, and I'll send that energy first to just the group, and then I'll send an empowerment to the group, and then I'll follow that with inviting each of you just send some energy to yourself for a moment or two, and then we'll end with us all sending simultaneously to the group as a whole, so we all get just a nice collective experience of that. And again, it's a very gentle energy, so it's not going to knock your socks off, but it is very beautiful. There's just a beautiful, loving quality to it. And since we're so, we just passed Valentine's Day, and it's just that time of year where I think a good dose of love would be something we could all use.
Brett, I know you did mention Amma, and I'm sure that not many people know the wonderful hugging saint Ammaji. So you might want to share a little bit about that
Sure.
divine essence of her as a mother.
Sure. So yes, I'm a total devotee of Amma. She's again referred to as the hugging saint from India. I've seen her many times touring the United States. The way this energy actually came to me, just to be very specific, was I was at Omega. I was receiving a group healing. It was actually a group vortex healing being led by a woman named Linda Raphael. And in vortex healing, you can open energetic portals. The practitioners can. And so she opened an energetic portal to Amma during that healing. And during that healing, I felt Amma's presence come over to me and literally draw these symbols around my hands. And then ever since that experience of that healing, this light, this energy will flow forth from me. And again, I'm going to offer it to all of you, that I just call, Amma's love or Divine Mother's love. Now, it's not something where I, wrote to Amma or had some official endorsement from her on this, but I felt like, it's her presence that showed up in the healing, and then this energy came forth. So I just try to credit that I believe it comes from her. And so if you're more comfortable calling it Divine Mother's love, that's fine. I like to call it Amma's love. Either way will do. Yeah.
And I would also like to honor those who have joined, who have been with us at Rythmia, because the Divine Mother is the plant medicine that we work with. And so right now, as Brett connects us to that divine love within, that divine universal love, you can also connect to the journey that brought you home here and now at your own home, wherever you are in the world. So let us receive, Brett. Thank you so much.
I'm just going to face my hands out and just hold the intention that this energy called Amma's love or Divine Mother's love is coming out to everybody who's participating in this beautiful online live event. And just going to allow that to move out to all of you. And again, it's a very gentle energy. Just allow it to come into you. Some people are also, more or less sensitive with energy healing. So there's some of you who might feel it strongly. Some of you might not feel it at all. And, just let the energy come in. And then shortly, I'll offer an empowerment. I'm just going to let it go for about another minute. And then I'll offer an empowerment to everybody here of this energy. And just sending that out now. And so I want to invite you just to send some of this energy to yourself. And all you need to do is just turn your hands towards yourself. You can even place your hands on yourself if you want, or just turn them towards yourself. And just hold the intention that this energy called Divine Mother's Love is flowing to you now. And I'm just going to keep sending to the group while we're doing that. And then just let it go where it wants to go. Think of it as a river, so you can't control the river. The river has its own wisdom, its own intention. So just let this energy go where it wants to go. And then I want to invite you to go ahead now and just turn your palms out towards the screen. And let's hold the intention that we're all mutually sending this beautiful energy to each other. This beautiful Divine Mother's Love flowing through us. It doesn't belong to any of us. It just belongs to the divine, but moves through us the same way our breath moves through us. And just let it move out to everybody in this beautiful healing circle in this moment. And I can feel all of you sending, so it's quite beautiful to be both sending and receiving the energy simultaneously. And again, it's a very simple energy. This is really all there is to it. There's nothing to memorize. If you want to send some out into the world, you just hold your hands up like this and intend that you're sending out Divine Mother's love. If you want to send it to yourself, you just point yourself and intend that you're sending it to yourself. It's really that easy. So I would love, Parashakti, just to hear your interpretation or your sense of the energy.
Wow. Well, I feel this beautiful, gentle, soft, and very clear. I say force and yet not force, because it's a force of nature that shifted the energy in the media room. And so I just feel a sense of stillness and also a sense of wonder, like, whoo, an opening.
Yeah, beautiful. And that the way you describe it is so much the way that I experience it. Again, it's not like coming at you like a sledgehammer. It's not going to knock your socks off the way some energies can. And that's okay that those energies do. But this is just more gentle, just holding, nurturing, but continuously just ever present in a very beautiful, and again, when you said soft, that's a beautiful way to explain it too. So
yeah. So Brett, how does one keep this sense of connection?
Sure. So I would say, for this particular energy, again, you can send it to yourself whenever you want. You could also even send it into your day. So when you get up in the morning, whatever your practice is, whether it's dancing the way you do, Parashakti, or whether it's energy healing or meditation or whatever, but you could just take a few minutes, just hold your hands out and just intend that you're sending this to your entire experience of the day, from the morning all the way into the evening until you go to sleep at night. So that you're just kind of sending a coat of that beautiful, soft, loving energy into your day. And again, if there's loved ones who are willing to receive, so I always ask for permission when I'm sending to others, but if you have loved ones who are open to receiving, you could also send to them. You just, hold that vision that they're being included when you're sending it out, whether it's to your day or just directly to them or somebody who might be going through a difficult time. Even just sending it out to Mother Earth can be very beautiful in that way too, So again, it's a very simple energy. It's not, I love Reiki, but Reiki can be very complex sometimes with complex symbols and hand positions. This is just so easy. You just point your hands out where you want it to go and ask that it flow. And that's really all that's required.
So I'm sure that for those who tune in on a weekly basis and are looking for their soulmates, first and foremost, download the app, the Our Love app. And also this beautiful tool that Brett gave us here today is such a beautiful way to find that inner sense of connection to self-love, and then to be able, how Brett guided us, that if we choose to, because sometimes we need to put our hands back to ourselves and give it to ourselves, but give it to the world. And so maybe the intention is, you know, taking Brett's beautiful guidance and giving it out to the world and calling in your beloved. What do you think about that, Brett?
I love that. And if you're already in a relationship too, you can just hold that intention that you're sending not only to your beloved, but also just to the relationship itself, so that it finds its purest manifestation, its greatest purpose, you know. And again, it's just very gentle, very easy, very soft, very loving. And you know, I'm so happy to be able to share it with all of you today.
Truly, truly amazing. So if anybody wants to share in the chat, I'm going to take a little peek at the chat and see if there's anyone who wanted to share their experience. Let's see what we got here. Okay, love in the micro and macro space. But what is love? Maybe the awareness of a common whole. Okay. Love this. Sending and receiving together. Ama. All right. Love to the core. Yeah, I mean, the consensus here is love, 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 love. And that's what really we tune into every week. Rythmia is all about love. So come and just bask in the joy of the love of Rythmia here in Costa Rica. And if you can't be with us, then just tune in and be with us. All week there's lives from Rythmia, and such wisdom here is shared. So Brett, I'm so grateful that you joined us from near and afar, because I literally feel like the wizard is sitting right here next to me. So that's another thing, is your laugh. Brett is known for his wizardry and his laugh. Is there any last thing that you would like to share?
Just again, my gratitude for all of you for showing up, and please, know that this is an empowerment. It doesn't expire in 24 hours or 30 days. It's with you from this point forward. So feel free to let it flow. The more you let it flow, the more that energy will engage you, the more it will become part of your life, part of your relationships, part of your purpose. So again, thank you for being here and for allowing me to let this move through me out to all of you.
Amazing. Thank you so much. I also want to thank Tribal Dance, because for those who were with us at the beginning, that was a live set for the little moment that we had to dance. That was a live set by Amir Yacobi, live from Israel. And so those drums certainly activate a lot of passion and love. So thank you, everyone. Thank you, Brett, and so much love. See you very soon.
Thank you.
Yay!